Why, hello there, my name's Depth Charge 2030, and well, today, also kind of expanding my pull list, but, well, I might as well go in depth and explain. You see, I'm reading The Punisher, the all new Punisher, yeah, woo. But here's the thing, for like the new series that I read, then I'm like, hey, that's interesting. I pull them aside and put them on a probationary status, so that the moment they kind of dip for me, in like the first like 4 to 6 issues, then I drop them from the list completely. So yeah, currently they're in like issue 5, which I haven't picked up yet. But yeah, I'm just going to talk about issue number 1 here, then talk about the others. So The Punisher by number 1, written by Nathan Edmondson, which by the way I actually liked his work on Grifter for the New 52. So yeah, so let's just jump right in and talk about it. So basically, we kick this off. We're in we're in Togo near the Ghana border, and we're following the Howling Commandos on one of their missions to rescue someone before they get a new mission to go kill someone. And I just want to say the dialogue between the Howling Commandos, it's kind of interesting because they mention binge watching, and I'm just like, I don't know whether it's making fun of me or if I can relate to them. I don't know. I binge watch a lot of TV. Yeah. Ooh. But then we go over, we see like this upside down Punisher giving an awesome monologue that is amazing about drowning in pain and how he's basically about to murder Danny Trejo. So yeah, basically he's like he's tracking down like some drug runners or something called the Los Souls. Dos Los Souls, is that what they're called? I forget. I haven't read issue 1 until like 5 minutes ago, and yet I still forget. It's weird. So he kind of kills Danny Trejo by pushing him into like crocodiles, and then we get this awesome Punisher like shot of that. That's awesome. And then we see the next day in Los Angeles, the Punisher just sitting at just in a diner eating, talking, and mingling. And I don't know why, but I just don't see the Punisher doing that. So it's just like head scratching for me. I'm like, I'm not used to this. Greg Rucka, you shouldn't be talking that much, sir. Ah, and then it just goes over with the Punisher, Frank Castle. He meets with a army buddy, and his army buddy gives him guns and says, "Hey, good luck." And he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna need it. Yeah, woo." So early on, you're noticing that Nathan Edmondson's like what he's doing with the Punisher. He's like playing more up the, he's more playing up more with the whole, hey, Frank Castle. He used to be a soldier. Let's go with that angle. And so Frank Castle, he's like hunting down Los this one Los Soul guy, and he kind of kidnaps him and locks him into his car, and then he drives up to a building controlled by the gang, and the guy, he's just like, oh, you're never gonna get in, even if you fight your way through, they'll get you, everyone's got a gun, they're gonna kill you. But then the Punisher just breaks out a rocket launcher and blows up the building, and that's awesome. That's awesome. And then he blows up the car, killing the dude as well. So that's cool. And then Frank goes back to like hanging out in the diner. Yeah. But then the Howling Commandos, in one of the cheesiest dialogues ever, they go, "His death is inevitable. We'll make sure of it." Like in the shadows, they're just like, "We're gonna kill the Punisher." Yeah. And then it ends with this shot of the Punisher gearing up for his war, and yeah, I gotta say I was kind of mixed when I was like, wait a minute, I had mixed feelings when I first read this. It was, and I still do have mixed feelings. Like the Howling Commando bit, that's interesting, but his death is inevitable. We will make sure of it. That's kind of 90s right there. And I'm doing Stormwatch month. I know what 90s is. And yeah. But everything else in the issue that's kind of cool, like Punisher breaks out a rocket launcher, he would totally do that. But him like mingling in a diner. I guess I've just read. I'm a big fan of Greg Rucka's run on the Punisher, of him being the silent, kind of antisocial, mute guy who kills everything. But so it's kind of odd for me to see him just talk to people and be friends with people. That's kind of like, shouldn't you be a psychotic running around killing people and not having coffee? So it's like, but I did like the issue for what it brought to the table. It's an interesting new spin on the Punisher that we haven't exactly, well, at least I haven't seen in a while, or at all, honestly. So yeah, if I had to say, I'd give this like a 3.5 out of 10. I mean, not 3 point. No, that's insulting. That's insulting. A 3.5 out of 5. So yeah, my name's Depth Charge 2030, and yeah, this has been Punisher #1. Ooh, see you later.